Hi, you're fed up with leaking systems, leaking pipes, etc. Well, I've got some small tips for you. You might have your own ideas, but mainly for beginners this really. To repair hoses and having leaky connections, you definitely don't want leaky connections. When I first started, I had water running down my arms and connections coming off, water going everywhere. It was ridiculous. The back of the vehicle was wet, everything. And that's what you don't want. If you've got leaky connections, go through each one individually, and if you do this simple thing, you're almost guaranteed that they won't leak again. That's if you use this sort of basic connection. Let me just adjust the camera. Okay, if you get a hole in your pole hose, this is pole hose itself, rhino tube. Okay, you might think, oh, I'll just replace it, but rhino tube is very expensive. But on the other hand, I like it so much that all I do is repair it. I've only had it once or twice burst or a hole wear in it. What I do is just cut out the offending leak there, and I use these John Guest connectors here. I really like these. I think most people have seen these, but if you haven't, I think they're really good. And all you do, just connect it together again. And I think these are really good. When you pull them, when they're new, okay, they tend to tighten themselves up. So that's almost an instant repair there. And it can be permanent, although this will snag on certain things, of course. It won't be as smooth, but it depends where it is on the pole hose itself. Okay, so that's one thing you can do. Okay, instead of just putting up with a leak, you can actually fix it like that. The other one is, this is like pole hose from a van system. Don't ask me what millimetre it is, I can't remember. It's slightly smaller than garden hose. A lot of you will be shouting out how much it is. I can never remember things like that. And then I've got one of these step downs. It could be anything, a connector to anything. That's garden hose size, that side, and this is a pole hose one here. Okay, but you'll often get leaks with this sort of thing, so a simple fix is this. What you need is some plumber's tape. Okay, I've cut a bit off ready. Some fishing line. Okay, a little bit of tape here. This is electrical sort of tape. Okay, PVC tape, I think. And what you do, if you're using Jubilee clips, I know you can get the proper ones, or you use the tool to crimp it. But most of us use Jubilee clips. Okay, so you can imagine this is just a long tube. This is just for show. Okay, you put your Jubilee clip on first, otherwise you won't be able to get the clip on. I've often forgotten to put them on first, so put that on first before you do anything. Right, next thing to do, this is to make absolutely sure you don't get any leaks. Okay, because you only do it once and then that's it. Don't overdo it. Nice bit of plumber's tape there. Just a thin layer will do. This always helps. Okay. Now if this is hard to get on, this tube, put it in a cup of hot water, and then it'll slide on nice and easily. As it is, this goes on quite easily on this. So I probably would get leaks because it's a bit loose. Okay, your Jubilee clips on already, of course, down the pipe somewhere. Okay, then what you do, get a piece of fishing line here. Oh, you probably can't see it in the, yeah, you can see it glittering there. Now this is where the tape comes in. Cut a piece of tape ready. Okay, that's not going to work. Okay, that keeps the fishing line on when you're done. So put some fishing line on. Hold one end with your thumb. Okay, I can't even see it myself. Right, wrap it around itself so it doesn't come loose. And work your way towards the end of the metal tube there. It could be plastic, this. I've used plastic as well, it's okay, or nylon, whatever it's made of. What this fishing line will do though, it will make the whole tube, the whole pipe, cling to the metal inside there. It'll form into the contours. I can actually see that. I don't know whether you can see that. It shrunk it in there, rather than just use a Jubilee clip, because if you think about it, the pressure behind these can be quite a lot. I mean, it's 100 psi. Now what the tape is for is just to make sure your fishing line doesn't unravel. Just whack that on there. You don't need a lot. Then slide your Jubilee clip up the pipe and tighten it up. Now 99 times out of 100 you won't get any leaks from that at all. Okay, you can just trim off these bits of fishing line as well, and there you have it. It's so good that sometimes I've done without the Jubilee clip, but it's best to have the Jubilee clip because the pressure behind these, especially in warm weather, if you're using cold water, this is. If you use hot water, you'll know all about connections as well. I think there's some special type of connections, but that's the way to, you know, to fix your connections so they don't leak. You don't want any leaks whatsoever. At the moment, that's I've got that sorted. Anywhere between the connection from the pump, okay, right up to the tap on your pole, and anywhere in between. Now at the brush head, okay, let's say this is at the brush head, right, there's not going to be much pressure on there at all. It's from the tap. I know some taps are right near the brush head, okay, but anywhere between the tap and the pump you're going to get a lot of pressure on connections, so you need to make sure they're sorted. And that's just one small tip. If you can, you know, be asked to do it, it's a good idea, because it's something else you don't have to worry about, the connections all the time. Okay, so when they don't leak, you don't get a wet van, etc. So there you go. Once again, guys, a small tip there. So it's job done.